Hello everybody and welcome back to Music Ed Now. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make a Google Forms quiz in seconds about any topic you want using a large language model like ChatGPT or Claude. Before hopping into the workflow, I have a quick caveat about the use of AI and my own personal guiding principles when it comes to using AI as a tool. They're going to pop up on screen, so feel free to read them if you wish. And with that caveat out of the way, we're going to hop into the workflow that we'll be using today. So I have a very simple three-step process here. So step one is typing the prompt into ChatGPT or Claude, and they're the two I'll be using today, but this should work in any other LLM that you happen to be using. Then step two is going over to a website called script.google.com. There's a little bit of technical information, but no coding or developer knowledge is required to complete these steps. And then step three is pasting and running the code. I'm going to do a live demonstration now. Things could go wrong, and that's absolutely fine because it's the troubleshooting aspect of this that is also beneficial for people to see. So let's head on over to ChatGPT first. I have the same prompt ready to go in both. I haven't hit go yet. So the prompt is, I want to assess my students' knowledge of the instruments of the orchestra. I am a music teacher. They are 16 years old in a secondary school setting. Give me the code.js file to create a Google Forms quiz in Apps Script. This sentence here is probably the most important one you'll need for today. What you put in or around either side of the sentence will get you the specific quiz that you desire. I've also put in some features about what the type of questions I want. There should be 20 self-correcting questions in either short answer or MCQ, multiple choice question format. Cover all families of instruments and include some questions on performance techniques. I have the exact same prompt ready to go. Copy and paste it over to Claude. So I'm going to hit go on both of them now. This will give us a rough estimate of time each of them take and then how they respond as well. ChatGPT has already returned the code for me that I can copy up here using the copy function. Claude is taking a little bit longer to think through it. It's figuring it out. I'm going to continue on now while Claude is still getting its thoughts together. I'm going to use this code now. I'm going to click the copy button. Then I'm going to visit this website, script.google.com. It brings me into my own. I'm already signed into my Google account here myself. What you're going to do on the first time is you're going to click New Project. And just like you're creating a Google Forms quiz or you're creating slides or Word doc, you're going to just rename this. I'll call it Orchestra Quiz Demo for today's purposes. And then that file that I copied is called a code.js file. You don't even need to know what that all means. All I need to do now is paste. I'm going to hit Command and V on my Mac here. And it pastes in the code. Once I hit this Save Project to Drive button, it will save it. When I hit Run, it's going to ask me to review permissions so that I authorize the use of this code in my Google account. Because I've generated the code myself, I know I can trust it. So I'm going to review permissions. I'm going to go down here, hit continue. That execution there took about 40 seconds. It usually takes a little bit less time than that. And what we have are two links now. I've got a URL of the actual form to go and complete it, where you can view it, or I've got this edit link. You'll see there at the end it says /edit. If I take this URL from the HTTPS part all the way till the end, I'm going to copy that by hitting Command and C, go to a new tab, paste that in, and there you have your quiz. You'll also see that as I select on the quiz, all of the auto-correcting features that you would expect in a Google quiz form are there. You can edit the responses, how it collects the things, and you'll see there that in the space of a couple of minutes, I have a fully functioning quiz that I can then send on to my students to complete. Claude has finally caught up. It has given me this response. Here's the script. To use it, paste it into a new script.google, so it gives you the instructions that I've just gone through. It has 20 questions, 1 point each, and it explains them there. And then all I need to do over here is copy that code. I don't need to read the code or anything like that. I go over to App Script, I create the new project, I name it Orchestra Quiz Demo, and it will give me something very similar. And just to finish up, I've got two additional things to get you to think about in terms of generating quizzes that will suit your needs more specifically. So back in your LLM, just remember as well, you're able to upload files. So if you had the PDF of a chapter, for example, or your own personal teacher notes on a chapter or a topic in your subject, you could upload those notes and have ChatGPT create questions for you from the information in that document, and then get the same code for the Google form, so that you're getting very specific questions for your students from the material that they would have studied in class. So you're basically hijacking your own resources and turning them into an assessment within the space of seconds. And then the very last thing I want to show you is if you require students to see a picture or some sort of visual and then answer a question about that. For example, in key signatures, when it comes to key signatures for music, I need my students to be able to see this key signature here on the bass clef and know that it means D major. So what I've done here is I have uploaded all of the images, the PNGs of the key signatures that are required for this class or this cohort into my Google Drive. And then what I've been able to do is ask ChatGPT to find that Google folder using the URL of the shared folder, and in the code it creates, I'll show you here, in the code it looks for that folder and generates the quiz with all of those images from my Google Drive. This is quite extensive because I've got so many key signatures to upload, but similarly, if you had an image, if you were a geography teacher and you needed to put an image of a map up there or coordinates, if you were a science teacher and you needed to put up a diagram of a science experiment or with beakers or something like that, or if you needed aspects of a diagram labeled in your subject, you can upload the images to a folder in your Google Drive, and then you can have the code link to that. And again, just a few back and forwards in the chat with your LLM, be it Claude or ChatGPT or another one, you could have a back and forth and find the folder you need to include in the code, and that will all do that for you as well. And that is how you create a Google Forms quiz in seconds about any topic using an LLM. I hope you found this useful. If you have, please do consider hitting subscribe. We have so many other resources and plans in the pipeline for this channel, and we would love you to be a part of the journey. For now, this has been David Kennedy with Music Ed Now, and I'll see you in the next video.